Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Hump Day.
That's right. It's Wednesday. It's middle of the week, and we got a special guest with us this morning. We have Miss Loren LoRosa. She's back.
She's still here.
It's going to be a long day if it's hump day.
Why?
Because y'all two.
Oh, could you stop?
Y'all two are just a lot.
We
already.
don't really hump each other.
What do we do?
You can virtually, but I don't know what would happen if Envy was actually here.
Could you stop? That's never happened.
Charlamagne hasn't humped me in years. Stop it, Loren.
I've never humped you, period.
Yes, you did.
Stop. I'm not.
Yes, I think you did.
That's not true. That's not true.
I definitely.
It's why even when you try to show other men that you love them and value them and appreciate them, they take advantage of your kindness. Like you think a hug, is a hump or a hunch. All right,
bro.
We ain't never did none of that.
You grabbed me from the back and held me. What is that?
That never happened. That never happened. And if it did, it was consoling for something. I'm sure. But it never happened. I don't even think it happened. Okay. And you had fun last night, Loren. You went out with the family?
Oh my God, I did. We had a lot of fun.
City Island was popping?
No.
Oh, you stupid.
We didn't go there. We went to Charm Bar and Restaurant in Brooklyn, across from the Brooklyn.
What's the chef's name?
I don't remember the chef's name.
Oh my God.
But the food was amazing though. Like
one job.
So good. I know.
Charm Bar in Brooklyn. So if people go to the Barclays, that's the spot they need to check out.
They definitely need to check out that spot. It's black owned. The food is amazing. It's a Caribbean spot, but they have everything.
Okay, and I see you got your niece with you?
Yes. My niece, it's her birthday. She's turning 9.
Happy born day.
Oh, wow.
9-year-old niece.
She said to me today, "Can I go with you to the breakfast show?"
Wow.
I was like, "Yeah, sure." Okay.
You are brave.
Yeah, this is why she didn't mind Young Miami's son being in that role.
I was thinking the same thing.
Because you knew you was bringing your niece to an inappropriate environment.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was like, they already be, y'all audience on social they're a little bit, they're a lot. They're going to drag me today.
Why?
Because my niece is here.
No.
Oh, no, they'll leave you alone.
Breakfast Club listeners are very passionate.
Very passionate, yes.
They are. I
Drop on the
appreciate
clues
the
about
love.
for all our listeners. They've been on you?
Yes, good and like they're very vocal. I'm not used to that. The TMZ audience, like they would come and find you, but only if you pissed them off.
Gotcha.
So when I would piss people off, which happened a lot, they would come and find me. But you guys' audience is so locked in, ain't no switching up. I don't think I wasn't used to it. Like everything is just going crazy.
Well, you just got to remember, you're never as good as they say you are, and you're never as bad as they say you are.
Great.
And I also remember the rule of 10. The rule of 10 is 3 people gonna like it, 3 people not gonna like it, and 4 people not even gonna give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
That's life.
Gotcha.
But that's also why we call it the Breakfast Club, because we invite everybody in. So everybody is a part of the club. So good morning to everybody out there. I'm out in L.A. still dealing with cancellation of flights. I was supposed to be back last night, but my flight was canceled. So I'm still here.
The weather was bad yesterday here.
That's what they said.
Yes.
Said the weather was very bad.
Mm-hmm.
I was out. I'm out in L.A. Doing something special with Ford. So salute to everybody that works at Ford. Can't wait for you to see what we're doing.
I saw you and T-Pain together.
Yeah, me and T-Pain. You know, T-Pain really is a drifter when it comes to the cars. So, he has his own team and he races. He actually learned about drifting when he was in Abu Dhabi. So it's something that he loves. That's his release. That's
I have no idea what drifting is. It sounds very fast and furious.
It's where the cars go like
very fast and furious. Very fast and furious.
I don't know what that is you doing.
I can't describe it. It's like Ghost Ride the Whip.
Oh, okay.
It's not Ghost Ride the Whip.
That's
like
what
they're
it is.
still in the car. They just do it where they skidding around a track and they actually can control the skidding.
Yeah, that looks too dangerous for me. I don't have no desire.
But that's why I was wearing a helmet, sir.
Yeah.
Wait, you did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
He taught me how to do it. Well, they'll show later on.
He
but
taught you how to ride, bitch. You was right. I'm sorry, niece. You was riding shotgun. He taught you how to do it. You wasn't driving the damn car.
I did. There was I did.
I saw the video.
You only seen a little clip. He actually taught me how to do it.
Oh, okay.
You want me to send it to you?
Yes. I'd like to see that.
No. Well, let's get the show cracking. Ak and Barack will be joining us this morning.
Oh, those my guys, man. They do the post fights and the pre fights on the Zone Network, the Boxing Network, and they got a boxing show on Sirius satellite radio. So we're gonna talk about the fight a little bit that's happening this weekend.
All right. When
Earl
we come
Spence,
back,
Terrence Crawford, mega fight.
It's gonna be one of the biggest fights of the last 10 years.
Yes, 20.
But we'll discuss with them. All right. When we come back, Tesla and Figaro will be joining us for Front Page News. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club on BET. Hey everybody, it's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some Front Page News. All right, now let's jump right into Joe Biden. Now, what's going on with Joe Biden now, Tez? Good morning, by the way.
Good morning, DJ Envy, and good morning, beautiful. How are you?
Good morning. When you say it now, I don't know if you're talking to me or Charlamagne.
It's always
right,
me.
both of you, honey. I gotta make sure I'm being fair about it.
Oh, just leave me out. Okay.
Yeah.
You. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, pro-reparation activists say that President Biden is taking black voters for granted and losing their support by remaining silent and not backing reparations for black Americans as a way to make amends for slavery and racism. Now, Biden is facing increased pressure to use his authority to either support legislation or enact proposals that would advance efforts to give out reparations, especially as the campaign for cities and states put themselves in position to pay reparations at a more local level. As we know, that is gaining momentum all over the country. Now, several Democrats in Congress have backed a bill establishing a commission to study and develop reparations, but the White House has previously indicated that he does support the study, but has done nothing to actually make it happen to create a commission. As I mentioned a little moment ago, at the state level, New York and California are the only states that have passed bills to formally create a commission to support reparations. So I just want to kind of throw it out here, guys. You know, we've seen this movement continue to get louder and louder and louder, Charlamagne. And I think, folks think that they're going to sit down and be quiet. And that's just not the case. They don't give a damn if Democrats are running, if it's an open primary, a closed primary. They could care less if you say, well, you're helping Trump. This movement is continuing to get louder and louder, and ignoring it is not a good thing. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I'm no fan of Joe Biden or his administration, but I wonder if Joe is really blowing off black voters, or is Joe not doing what they want in regards to reparations? Because what I mean by that is there's a lot of people, who are pointing different things that they say Joe Biden has done for black people. I don't know if it's strictly for black people, but things that have assisted black people, but people may not care about any of those things because their questions about reparations aren't being answered. What do you think?
I think, well, first, I feel like before the reparations conversation, a lot of people gave up on Biden way before that. So I think that this is just like another trigger point.
Yeah, I don't think we were ever on Biden.
I don't think,
we just had no choice.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't have a choice, but I also think it's so sad to say, in my opinion, I know like a lot of conversations I have, once the Biden administration got elected, people now feel like there's no point in voting anymore. And that was before a reparations conversation. But we've been having this conversation.
Let down.
Yeah,
people definitely feel let
I don't
down.
think that it's specifically Biden. I think it's politicians in general,
like
from the local level to the federal level. But I don't see the reparations thing happening. So I don't know why we're caught up on it. I don't
it's happening now. Well, just to be fair about it, it's happening now. It happened now people have disagreements on what reparations should be. Should it be cash? Should it be land? Should it be funding and education? But to say it's not happening, it's happening now in San Francisco. They were a city that funded policy to help local black residents. Chicago also became the first U.S. city to fund a reparations package, giving money to people that qualify for home repairs, property down payments, and so forth. And California just established a task force. So it is happening at the local and state level. How it happens is, there's still debate about that, but it's happening. And so the federal government cannot just continue just to ignore it. And again, people that support reparations, they've been talking about this for over 50 years, but there's a new movement that got really active and loud, I would say, in 2015, 14, 16, and so on. They got really aggressive and brought their conversation to the main stage in the 2016 and 2020 election. And so it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think the federal government will continue to ignore it until they can show how politically it's going to help them win a national election.
So it's time to vote again.
Yeah.
But are we mad about that? That's what politicians do. So it's like, don't we use this to kind of pin them in a corner the same way we did with him getting a black woman on the ticket?
Yeah, I don't know if mad is the right word. I don't know if I'm mad about it. I understand it, but like I said, I think they'll continue to ignore it until they can figure out how it helps them on a national level to be able to win an election.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Tesla, we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, something's on your mind, you need to vent, whatever it may be. Again, 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. Phone lines are wide open. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Wake it up. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is James, man. Good morning, Envy, Ms. Loren, Brother Charlamagne.
Peace,
Good morning,
King.
brother. Get it off your chest.
Man, listen. Biden administration been let a lot of us down when they start talking about this student debt relief thing. They only set us up just to, just throw us away again, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised that nothing they do, bro. For real.
As far as what?
As far as reparations or anything like that, man. You know, because
he did erase 130 million in student loans for 7,400 borrowers. I read that yesterday.
7,400.
Yeah, 7,400 borrowers. So 130 million in student loans.
I'm on the wait list.
Wow.
But they said you're on the wait list?
I signed up.
Really?
I'm on the wait list. Yeah. Yes, I did. I'm on the wait
Yeah,
list.
my wife and I are still on the wait list, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I think it can be a thing too of like you can't do everything at once. Like when things like this get started, like the rollout of the student loan debt relief and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, and then I don't know, the wording be interesting too, because like once again, yesterday it says the Biden administration said Tuesday it would forgive 130 million in student loans for borrowers.
Does that mean it's done?
Yeah, I gotta see it done. You know what I mean?
I'll tell y'all right now, Nelnet is still emailing me, so mine ain't forgiven.
Hello, who's this?
Gloria?
Hey, Gloria, get it off your chest.
Yes. I like to shout out a book.
What's the
And
book,
it is
Gloria?
called, yes. And it is called See You at the Station.
That must be your book.
I wish. No, it is a book from a friend.
What's the author's name?
The author is L.M. O'Neill.
L.M. O'Neill. Okay. Meet me at the
Yes, it's
station.
a very good book.
What's it about?
It's about a boy named Timmy, and it is about his struggles between good and evil.
Okay. I love that you supporting your friend. I hope your friend didn't pay you to do this because, you know, you're not really good at marketing.
Yeah, you're not selling it too
I'm
well,
not
Mama.
sold on the book. You know?
Yeah, you're not selling it well.
You're raising awareness, though.
You are.
Well, I'm doing my best.
That's right, Gloria.
Okay.
That's
All
right.
right.
You are.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
I looked
Well,
it
thank
up,
you,
though.
Mama.
You looked
We
it up?
appreciate you
Yes.
for checking in.
Thank you very much. How much is
I
it?
will.
$12.99.
On Amazon?
Barnes and Noble. Amazon. It is. Does it say $2.99? No way.
Oh boy.
The Kindle is $2.99. Paperback is $12.99.
Okay.
Okay.
Might
All
check
right.
that out. I'm always looking for a good read.
And also, I think they read that there was a study that said that most people pay off their student loans when they're like 40 years old.
I don't plan on. Never mind. I don't know if I can say that on the radio.
What you mean? You say you don't plan on paying them off ever? That's not true. You get the bag, you gonna do it.
I just feel like I shouldn't have had to pay that amount of money anyway to go to college. I love my HBCU though. Shout out to Delaware State University, but I don't think anybody should be in that much of debt to try and better yourself.
That's crazy. If I was Joe Biden, I'd have forgave Delaware State University immediately. That's where he's from.
I thought we had the you know what I mean, like the little family hookup.
Yeah.
I'm still on the wait list.
Yeah.
But then my people over there, they have a really good team on the Biden administration. They do a lot for like coordinating with Black media. So if y'all listening to this, bump me up on the list.
They don't.
They
do
put us
nothing
up.
but
They
throw
put us all at the
parties.
holiday party together.
I can't.
What is all that throwing parties at the White House going to do?
I don't know. I never made it to one. The one that I flew in to go to, I was late and I couldn't go in.
I got invited to one. I decided not to go.
Why?
What's
Was
the
it a
point? Like, I don't want to
stance?
be in there rubbing elbows with them people. And, you know, I feel like I don't want to be on the radio criticizing them, but then in there rubbing elbows with them at the same time. Like, no,
But it's
I'd rather
That's
be-
what politics is, though.
But it's not
I'm
rubbing
cool.
elbows. It's just your own guy in there. It's just the media people in there. Joe
That-
Biden, if you wanted to take a picture, it was like Santa. He was in a room. You got to wait online. I didn't do that. You know what I mean?
That's what I don't like. I want them to have, like, just media days and they invite all media. Why I got to be a black media and then a white media? It's like, no.
They have the press room at the White House all the time.
But not for picture ops. So
I
that
don't
you
want
can
no
actually
pictures.
mingle and have conversations. That's what it should be.
hell I
Not
want a
like-
picture for?
He doesn't want a picture. He's not posting that on the gram if he doesn't want to even go to the holiday party where
No,
there's an open bar.
I'm cool. God
All
bless
right, well, get it
everybody
off
over
your
there.
chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vet, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I think
So we accept it because we don't know any better.
I think politicians know how powerful the black vote is. I don't think that we have to hold it to show that. I just think that we have to rally around like things that actually like make sense. Like I think that is one of the fall offs.
Yeah, we need to be more strategic with our vote, and you know we have to start voting our interests. But I do know sitting out elections is not the key.
No, it's not the key. But I do feel like when they do need our vote, they will come in every church. They'll pop up at places that you would never expect them to. They'll come on the Breakfast Club. They'll come on all these media outlets.
I don't even think they do that no more.
If they have. But they don't do that no more. Once they get the vote, they don't have it.
I think they just do fish fries at the White House and invite, Yo Gotti and his crew to go there.
Not a fish fry at the White House.
That's what I think they do now. That's what it looks like.
With a space table.
All right, this is Anisha.
Oh, I didn't know you was on the phone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Get it off your chest, mama.
Hey, I just wanted to thank God for waking me up, blessing me with the job that I got, my children, their health, my health. It's just a beautiful day. Although I heard you guys were talking about the reparations, I don't think we're going to get those, but I think we're in a good day and age right now for Black people if we keep moving towards what we need to move towards.
What is it we should be moving towards, ma'am?
I think we should be moving toward a lot more freedom. I think I have a lot. This is a deep conversation for me, so I couldn't explain it over the last 5 seconds or whatever. I know you guys have other callers calling in.
Well, we appreciate.
I definitely think we need to stand up a little bit more. But thank you guys for taking my call.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, mama. All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up. Now, Loren, we got rumors on the way. What we talking about? Give us a little tease.
We are talking about Bronny James. LeBron James and his family had a major health scare yesterday with Bronny. He was rushed to the ICU. So, yeah, we got some stuff to talk about today.
All right, we'll get to that next, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We have Loren LoRosa. She's our guest host today.
She got her 9-year-old niece in here, knowing that this room is not appropriate for a 9-year-old.
My niece just said to me she's changing her room aesthetic for her birthday.
I did hear her say
wow,
that.
I love that.
It caught me off. I said aesthetic. Where'd you learn that at? So
Loren gave her $20 in ones, too, to throw in this room today.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, who's she gonna throw it at?
I have no idea.
I've seen videos of you. I guess you were trying to twerk.
You've never seen that young Delaware.
I did.
Okay, that's never happened.
That's not true.
No, it's
He
not
drops
true.
it to the floor. He doesn't twerk. He drops it to the floor.
Okay,
He drops it
to the
low.
floor.
My
That's
bad.
different.
My
That's
bad.
different.
Let me
That's
put some
different.
respect on your name and your mega knees.
Put some respect on my knees. There you
The
go.
mega knees.
There
I got
go.
you. I got you.
All right. Well, let's get to the rumors. Let's go.
Get ready.
Loren LoRosa. So I've been here for a little bit. I've been here for a minute.
Move out the way. Tell her. This is the Rumor Report.
I think a lot of people will recognize the voice and the name.
Here we go. On The Breakfast Club.
Loren came in hot.
You know,
Didn't she, right?
I came in telling the truth. The Loren came in hot always gets me. So look, LeBron James and his family, they have a lot going on right now. Bronny James was hospitalized yesterday for cardiac arrest. So he was at USC practicing, and at some point during that practice, he felt unconscious. There was a police call that came in that there was a young male unconscious that needed to be transported to the hospital. They transported him to ICU. Now, there are some updates to this. He did only spend 1 day in the ICU. So I think that, that's something that it shows signs that...
It's a good sign.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That it's not as bad, even though this is really bad. But tests are still being run to determine what was the cause of the cardiac arrest. And I just, he's so young.
18.
Right.
Yes, like I know
Athletic.
LeBron and Savannah are probably like going insane, but there are reports that at this point they're a little bit, relieved and they're optimistic because of things like he was moved out of the ICU after 1 day, and but determining what happened is going to be everything.
Worst feeling in the world, I'm sure, for any parent. You know what I mean? Because as parents, our job is to protect and our job is to provide. But when things like that happen to our kids and we can't do anything, like
Can't do neither.
The only thing you could do is leave it up to the doctors. It's in their hands.
Right.
To, take care of your child. Oh my God, I wouldn't
Right.
wish
But
that on nobody, man.
something has changed, though, because people are having more and more strokes. Or is it just we're noticing it more? But I feel like healthy people are having more and more strokes, and younger people, which is very scary.
Well, I mean, we don't even really know what caused his heart to
I don't
stop.
know what the issue is.
You know what I mean? So, like, we don't know what it is. So we don't know if it was because of something that was unhealthy, if it was something sudden because of, I don't know, like too much like pressure or whatever he was doing.
Yeah, we
time.
don't know, but that's what I'm saying. It's scary because like something like that could just happen. It doesn't have to be, where it develops after a certain amount of time.
True.
It could just happen.
Yeah, it's sad though. I mean, growing up, I've definitely had, friends who, had kids who were like 16, 17. One in particular I'm thinking about, just out jogging and, had a cardiac arrest and died.
Wow.
So things like that do happen.
I don't hear it.
Can
like
you guys
how we hear it now.
imagine? You get the phone call, you hear a cardiac arrest, unconscious, and you know what I mean? Like,
I do not want that call as a parent.
No, not at all. And I can't imagine it.
Well, sending some prayers out for Bronny, LeBron,
Absolutely.
Savannah,
The whole James family.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then next we're gonna move down to Atlanta. Usher. So you guys remember Usher caused all that trouble with Keke Palmer.
He's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
That's not his first rodeo.
You sound upset. You haven't even made it to the Usher show yet. Why are you upset?
I'm just listening to the story.
So we have some exclusive video. Shout out to Freddie O of Usher. He was at his Usher's New Look organization's 6th annual benefit called Usher's Disruptivators. Usher's New Look Disruptivators Summit. So this summit raises money for kids that are like impoverished, helping them have a new look on life. They raised $75,000, but a part of this whole like get together was a private Usher experience. And during this experience, Usher got up and told a few jokes, and one of them really went over well with the crowd. Listen to this.
But one thing that did make me laugh is, I got this new handle now. I guess I'm the domestic terrorist. I'm like, really? But your girl wanted to take pictures of. No. Vegas ain't been so bad for me, man. My stand-up is getting rid of it.
We call Usher a lot of things. We call him an icon. We call him a living legend. We call him one of the best R&B singers to ever do it. But now we got to add another title to his name, and that's monster. What a monster.
Domestic terrorist.
He's only a monster would play innocent as if he doesn't know how he got that reputation at a benefit for impoverished kids. Okay.
He was definitely joking, but I think he knows. He knows his body.
He knows.
Usher know his body.
This man not telling us nothing we don't know. He said, "Don't leave your girl around me." And I figured out the key to keep Usher from trying your woman. Usher has to be happy. See, we always quote that line, "Don't leave your girl around me," but that song, You Don't Have to Call, is a bounce back song. Like Usher was trying to bounce back after a breakup or something, so he's telling the girl, "You don't have to call. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna be all right tonight." And he's going out with his boys, but what he was doing is he was going out to project pain on the other people. Since he was hurt, he wanted to go out and take somebody's girl so he could hurt that person.
Got you.
You really broke this down, huh?
Yes.
He's trying to think of ways that when he goes,
I ain't worried about it. I already told y'all what's gonna happen when I go to the Usher contest.
So Usher comes, he grabs your wife's hand and starts singing. What you gonna do?
He gonna be serenading the both of us.
You gonna grab his hand and then the Megan knee's gonna hit you, gonna drop it?
Nope, my wife gonna grab one hand and I'm gonna grab the other hand, and he gonna be serenading the both of us. Okay,
y'all gotta have a threesome. Okay,
ain't gonna be no threesome, but he's gonna.
Well, that
serenade
is your
us all.
rumor report.
I like Usher too. Okay,
cute little threesome.
We know what we should do. We should have a men's night out at a Usher show. So we buy all the tickets and nothing but men go. Now.
Right in the VIP area where he walks by.
No. The whole crowd is nothing but men.
And then see what he does.
Now, that's right. We want the same show, Usher.
Keep the same energy.
Keep that same energy.
He's going to have to. He don't want to set off the letter.
That's right.
Community.
You don't want to set off the alphabet
yes,
people.
You're right.
All right.
Goodness
That's
gracious.
right.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Thank you, Loren LoRosa. When we come back, we got front page news, and we're going to be taking your calls, 800-585-1051. Now, Glorilla, she posted yesterday on social media an old video of her, and she looked kind of crazy. She said, "Damn, why my friends ain't telling me I look crazy?" Well, that's what we're going to talk about. 800-585-1051. Have you ever looked crazy and your friends didn't tell you? Now you look back at some of them pictures and be like, "Damn, I look silly."
By the way, I've always told my friends they look crazy, but they think I be joking. See, that's the problem. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. Y'all want to write the truth off as jokes. Okay?
Bro, you arched your eyebrows, bro.
I was about to say, sometimes it's because of the messenger. You can't take it serious.
That's true. That's the story of my life, Loren.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it and take your calls when we come back. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our audible pick of the day is Snoop Dogg's From the Streets to the Suites. Here's Snoop's journey from the streets of Long Beach to hip-hop legend. Listen when you sign up for a free trial at audible.com/Snoop.
Everybody, it's DJ NV, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Now let's get in some front page news. Our guest co-host Loren LoRosa is here. I don't need to say formally TMZ. I think people know by now.
Yes, they know. They know I don't work there no more.
And of course, we got Teslin Figueroa. Good morning, Tez.
Good morning, Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy, and good morning, beautiful.
Good morning. How are you?
Thank you.
I'm
Good
doing
morning.
fine, Miss LaRosa. And gorgeous to the gorgeous Charlamagne and DJ Envy.
Thank you. Now let's jump right into it. Let's start with sports. If you haven't heard, Jaylen Brown, he reached a 5-year deal with the Boston Celtics. $304 million for 5 years.
It's the richest deal in NBA history. Listen, I respect Jaylen Brown. He is a super solid NBA player. I want everybody to get their money. But how do the Celtics justify giving him a supermax deal and making him the richest player in NBA history? He's the second best player on the Celtics. Is he top 10 in the league? Would I put Jaylen Brown top 10 in the league? Would you put him top 10, right?
No, not top 10.
I wouldn't put him top 10 in the league.
Don't some of that go for celebrity though? Because celebrity-wise, he's
No.
big.
Jaylen Brown's a big celebrity?
Name-wise, yes. He's a very recognizable
I don't
player.
know, Jason Tatum.
Yeah, but Celtics ain't paying you because you're a good celebrity. They paying you for what you do on the court. You know what I mean? Respect to the brother. You salute to his agents and everybody, but damn.
Could this be part of reparations, how much they're paying? Because the Saudi Arabian club just paid the soccer player Mbu Papi $1 billion, $1.1 billion,
Damn.
$776 million salary, and $332 million transfer fee.
What the hell I got to do with reparations?
I don't know. They just giving money like crazy. I don't know.
Shut up. He's not even black. Is he? Mbappe not black, is he?
He's brown.
Yes, he black.
Right?
Is he? Oh, he is?
Mbappe black, yeah.
Oh, okay. You say he
Jaylen
play for
Brown
the
is
who?
26.
Saudi Arabian. It's a new
That
club
amount of-
soccer team.
I can't imagine having that much money at 26. Like, I don't even know what I would do.
What, $304 million?
Yes.
We talk. The other dude just got $1.1 billion. Listen, Loren.
How old is he? He's older, right?
How old is he?
No, I'm just talking
He's 22.
about 22
Jesus.
years
He got
old.
$1.1 billion, Loren.
Y'all, I don't know what I've been doing my whole life. This is insane. I wouldn't know.
You need to play some sports.
I don't know. That didn't work out well.
Salute to all the football players. Football.
That's insane.
Football, soccer.
Now talk
All
about
right,
Saquon.
Tez.
Now talk about Saquon. He broke compared to everybody.
Yeah, he did a 1-year, $11 million deal. I feel bad for Saquon. They did him
Petty
dirty.
$11 million. Man, I don't even want to talk about your numbers. We talking about Jaylen Brown and Mbappé's numbers.
I can't talk about that. I can't talk about Saquon after I just said 304 and 300, 1.1 billion.
Saquon was he played basketball or football?
Soccer. He does play football, not football.
Yes, right.
All right, Tez. What else we got? What else we talking about? Sorry, Tez.
No problem. We're transitioning to the working class. After we talked about those billion-dollar contracts, I wanted to talk a minute about, you'll appreciate this, DJ Envy, about property. And the lowest cost rent for Black Americans is in Rhode Island. Now, this finding is based upon the rent-to-income ratio. Certainly people that don't have $1 billion. They wanted to figure out who has the most, where can you live that's the most affordable. Now, rent-to-debt ratio, for those who don't know, is your gross monthly income a tenant pays to pay the rent compared to what you have to pay out in simple terms. Now, the average resident in Rhode Island spends about $1,066 a month on rent, which is about 20% of their gross monthly income. Now, it's followed by San Antonio, Texas, Hartford, Connecticut, Indianapolis, and Atlanta as the 5 most affordable rent cities for Black Americans. Now, high prices combined with rising mortgage rates have priced many would-be buyers out of the market. That means many more Americans are renting and renting for longer periods of time. Now, the increased demand for rental units has caused the prices to go up as well. So just wanted to give you a couple of tips on how to make your rent more affordable. Number one, negotiate with the landlord when it's time to renew the lease, as the landlord wants to keep good renters. So giving tenants possible leverage, that gives tenants possible leverage. So see how that works out. 2, you can sign a longer lease if your landlord allows that for a 1.5 year or 2-year lease. See if that works. If you decide to move, wait until the fall or winter because the demand is lower than the summer. Also, refer friends. Some apartment complexes offer a cash bonus for that. Or you can relocate. Living downtown in those areas costs a little bit more, so live out a little bit further. You can also downgrade to a smaller unit or find a roommate to split the costs.
I've never heard that you can negotiate with your landlord.
Yeah, of course you can.
I've never heard that.
Of course you can. Yeah, we do it all the time. That's the first thing you should do. If somebody says rent is $1,500, you can say I'll pay $1,300 or $1,400. 9 times out of 10, if they'll look to negotiate if they can't find somebody.
You can do that when you rent a house, though, right? Not necessarily when you like rent an apartment or something, right?
You do any rent apartment as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You can
right?
always ask. The answer, may or may not be no. They also tell you to Google apartments or look to see what's competitive in your area. So if you're able to say, I can move across the street for $25 less, $50 less, they may give you some leverage. It doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, I'm with Loren. I never been able to negotiate a price. I've asked them to stall me out. Stall me out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be late this month. You know what I mean? Give me a couple extra days.
Nah, my daughter stays in a building in the city. We negotiated that. For anybody that stays at any of my properties, people negotiate that. And like you said, if somebody's a good tenant, you'd rather keep that good tenant in there at a lower rate than a new tenant in there that's gonna F up your property.
Yeah.
That's right. And the cost of getting somebody else in and switching all that, I'd much rather just
and fixing up the house. Yeah, sometimes it just makes sense to have a good tenant. Keep a good tenant.
Y'all might be on to something. I gotta make some calls.
Yeah, because you unemployed, Loren. So you gonna have to.
LA rent is so crazy.
Yeah, you an entrepreneur
that's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
You gonna have to tell them like, look, I just recently walked away from my job.
I don't want to tell my landlord though. They're gonna be like, wait, so can you afford to live here?
I'm an entrepreneur now. And I can't afford to live here, but not at the rate I was paying.
Listen, if I say entrepreneur to my white landlords, they probably feel like, let me just give it to her for reparations. So maybe that might work.
Maybe. Try.
All right. Well, that is front page news, Charlamagne.
And listen, make sure you subscribe to the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast with Tez and Figaro on the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network, and follow Tez on all social media platforms at Tez and Figaro.
All right. Now, when we come back, 800-585-1051, Glorilla posted a video of herself in high school. And she said, why my friends used to let me look like this in high school? Then they had the nerve to be messy on top of it. So we're asking, when you look back at some of your pictures, some of your videos, did your friends have you looking crazy in high school as well? And the reason I said that is there is a picture of Charlamagne out there, and I'm sure you can find it. And his eyebrows are arched like he's a Latino.
Well, no friends made me do that. It was actually, it was two friends, Shamira and Nina. They told me that I look like Tupac, and they said Tupac get his eyebrows arched. And so they, that's what made me do it, because they gassed me up. But, it still was my choice.
You look like a fool. So let's open the door and
have you seen old pictures of you, DJ Shrimp? Huh? With the gel in your hair? You want to talk about somebody who was looking Latino or Dominican? Nobody looked more Dominican than you.
Please show me those photos.
800-585-1051. We're asking, what did you used to look like in high school that your friends roll with, that when you look back now, you'd be like, damn, I look silly. Let's talk about it when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
That is the question. Do you remember a picture of how you felt in high school or middle school and was like, why did my friends make me look like this? I remember seeing this picture of Charlamagne where he arched his eyebrows and he looked like The Rock. You know how The Rock's eyebrows go up like that? That's what it looked like to me.
Well, I got gassed up, you know what I'm saying, too. And I wasn't even in high school then. I was actually doing telemarketing. I used to be the guy that would call your house and try to sell you 12 CDs for a penny, working, what was that, BMG Publishing or whatever it was called?
I remember them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so two women I worked with, Nina and Shamira, they gassed me up. Nina and Shanira, because they told me I looked like Tupac. And they said Tupac gets his eyebrows arched.
Did you move your hat back just now so we could see that they're no longer arched?
Well, yeah, they're not arched. I have amazing eyebrows. Come on, Loren.
No, they are there.
Amazing.
I was looking. The bone is
there.
They're there.
So I never had to arch them, and but
okay,
I did.
I never had.
I didn't. I did, but I did because they gassed me up to do it. That's all.
Now,
by the way, true story. The other day I was walking into the drugstore, and this white dude, a young white dude, was driving a Chrysler 500, and he slammed on brakes, and he goes, "Yo, aren't you famous?" I go, "No," and he goes, "You look like that one guy." And I go, who? Charlamagne? He goes, no, Tupac. That let me know how slow people are.
Shut up,
that was on Monday.
I
promise. I don't even want to promise to God because God knows. God was there.
Now he thought Tupac was walking in. You said CVS?
Exactly. That's my point. People are slow, Loren.
It's a lie. Let me ask you a question, Charlamagne. You also put Queensbridge on the side of your hair.
QBC. I was a fan of QB. I was a fan of Queensbridge music. I was a fan of, and that's what where I used to, hustle at and hang at. That's what we used to call it. We used to call it Queensbridge. But that was for a reason, though. That's because, the road was actually called, I think was it Queen Esther Lane? Something like that. So it was just slang. But we were fans of the Queensbridge music.
I'm glad you made it out of that era.
Yes,
that was a
absolutely.
Time,
so am I. 100%.
What about you, Loren?
Yeah, I mean, we used to do, like we would do double collar shirts, like the Aeropostale collar shirts with beads up our arms, everything matching down, eyeshadow with nothing else, no other makeup, just eyeshadow on your face.
Yeah.
It was bad.
In high school, nobody knows what they doing for real. We all look crazy in high school.
Leg warmers. Oh my God.
There's nothing wrong with a flat top. You had gel in your flat top and you had it curly because you wanted to be a member of the Barge.
I need to see this.
That doesn't exist. Let's go to the phone line.
And I also want to say too, Envy out here, like he wasn't Dominican. You know what I'm saying? Envy had a Honda with mad speakers in the trunks. You know what I'm saying? He used to wear red, blue, and white. You know what I mean? He had a Puerto Rican flag.
I did not have a Puerto Rican
flag. He had the gel in his hair.
And
he had the arched eyebrows. He had the beads.
Oh my God.
The white jeans with the Giants jersey. But you want to talk about us looking crazy? Like you're not even Dominican, Latino, nothing.
I can't.
Well, you are though. I'm not going to sit here and act like you're not.
Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Heavy. What's going on?
Heavy 843. I hear that Geechee on
you. You already know.
What's happening? I'm gonna be down there tomorrow, man, for the Low Country Mental Health Conference.
I know. I'm sad I can't get to it, but appreciate you putting on for the city in usual fashion.
Yes, sir. Talk to us though. What you was doing in high school that had you looking crazy?
I actually had Leonard-McKelvey's disease. My skin was real screwed up. I had like a skin of a raccoon and the body of like a swollen possum.
Okay.
And I was also, you had that influence thing where everybody in the South was wearing big tees and baggy pants.
Yes, sir.
And then I went to my New York phase while I was wearing Timberlands in the middle of the summer at the beach.
Looking stupid.
With a necktie and sweaters. Yeah, looking real dumb.
And jean shorts, denim shorts.
Yeah.
Did you do the bandana out the back of the shorts?
Nah, I didn't want to be gang affiliated because I played sports and I didn't want them problems. And gangsters is real. When I went to college, I didn't want no part of them problems.
Man, that boy, the men phase was stupid, wasn't it?
But I listened to you, and I started eating better, going to the doctor, got a dermatologist, and once I got over that, looked like the South, looked like New York phase, I finally got my own style and swag or whatever, and I asked my friends, why you ain't telling me I look crazy? I was like, well, you were bigger than us. Play football. You likely knock us out, so we ain't want no problems.
By the way, Bubba, they look crazy too. They just didn't know it. We was in high school. We trying to figure things out. We watching music videos. You know what I'm saying?
That stuff was in at that point. That's right. Yeah. Remember the spinning belts?
The spinning belts. Yes.
I had a stupid spinning belt too. All right, we'll take some more calls when we come back. 800-585-1051. Loren LoRosa, I sent you a message on Instagram. Can you check it right fast?
Yes, I got you.
Okay, check it right now. I want you to see it and tell me what you think on air.
It's a photo. This is not.
That's Charlamagne. That's his eyebrows. Look at his eyebrows.
I'm so happy you made it out of this fit. Come here.
That is high
Come
school,
here.
Loren.
Come on. God is so good to you.
As they're hugging right now.
Oh my God. God is amazing. Can I post this photo? I need people to see what you done came through.
I don't care if you posted. That was high school.
800-585-1051. We're asking, what's something you did in high school that looks so damn stupid that your friends didn't tell you was silly? It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hilarious.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Glorilla. She posted on her social media yesterday an old video of herself, and she said, damn, why my friends ain't tell me I looked so damn silly back then? So we're opening up the phone lines and just talking to people and say, what did you look like that was like, damn, why didn't my friends tell me? Maybe it was your eyebrows. Maybe it was where your hair was. Maybe it was...
I've always told people that they look crazy, but nowadays they call that bullying. Okay?
The picture I just seen of you, I know why they didn't take you serious when you said it. Like I know exactly why them people was like, now there's no way he's serious.
Listen, man, I got gassed up. You know what I mean? They gassed me up to arch my eyebrows. Okay, we all make mistakes.
You were very confident in the photo. I don't think it was gassed up. I think you really believed you was him.
I've always been him.
Hemington 500. You thought that you were? No, baby.
Well, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Hey, y'all. It's Danny. How are you? Good morning.
Hey, y'all. What's up?
Hey, Danny. Good morning.
Hey, listen. My high school pictures were so embarrassing. Like, I actually erased them off of my Facebook and YouTube and everything because I had, like, thin eyebrows that didn't match. It was like 09, so I had the perm still that was broke off on the ends.
You're not supposed
You were wearing the Kanye glasses.
You're not supposed to run from who you are. Like, that person that you were then helped you become the person you are now. You should embrace all versions of you. All versions of you deserve healing.
I agree.
Hello, who's this?
Adi.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Now talk to us about how you look when you was a kid and how you felt you looked silly.
Man, when I was a kid, I just prayed. I was at school and I was around a group of friends and I thought I was cute myself with my hair down. So one of my friend girls tell me, girl, you look like one of them people off Jeepers Creepers with my hair is sticking up. And I was like, what? And I thought I was
what a friend.
Myself.
Round of applause to that queen. I hope she's still your friend to this day.
You can be a little bit more sensitive, though.
You need people like that around you.
Wow. So what did you do to like get yourself together after that? Because you can't just go on act like nothing happened after you've been told that.
Man, I put my out. I felt shame and I was feeling bad and all that stuff. But I had ended up talking to her after that and told her how I felt.
And she didn't take it back because you really did look like that thing off Jeepers Creepers?
Jesus.
She was like, she was sorry.
Why is she going to be sorry for telling you the truth?
It's not what she said, it's how she said it.
Okay, that might be true. She probably saved you from embarrassing Facebook pictures in the future.
They there. If she was looking like that one day, there was a lot of days.
Man, I went
They're there.
crazy because I went through my Facebook and they was on there. Like, I got some bad Facebook pictures.
I think we should keep those pictures up and go look back at them and just thank God for how far we've came.
That's what I do.
That's all. And plus, like I said, we were young. We didn't have any idea of nothing. Like, nobody just, no, I take that back. There's some people who come in the game with, some fashion sense and knowing who they are and what they want to represent.
But fashion changes though. So what was lit
It
then?
does.
You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? Like looking back on what you thought was lit then
All
is
the
like
stupid baggy clothes we had on.
yes.
Lauren got on she got on overalls right now with one of them unbuttoned.
I had that.
I'm
overalls.
cracking up. All my friends my friends always be like, you dress like the baby because of the overalls. But I think that this
Like
is
the baby.
fly.
See, and when you say you dress like the baby, I look at that and I'm like, yo, that's 90s. Like that's
Very much
TLC.
so.
That's Mary J. Blige. That's Naughty by Nature. Like everybody was doing the overalls in the 90s.
I was about to bring some cross colors denim in here today, but I feel like the big
You
heels.
can get it off.
I'm going to. I got a couple more days.
We taking another call?
Yeah, let's take one more. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Barefoot Randy.
Hey, good morning, bro.
Good morning, man. So I used to look crazy in high school, which is normal. I used to look kind of like a normal person back in high school. Played football, did the whole thing. But now I show pictures to my friends. They're like, "That's not you. That's not you. I wouldn't hang out with you."
Oh.
It's a whole different person.
You were a kid. Yeah. Why are we being so hard on children? Children are supposed to figure it out. Like we're supposed to be lost and looking crazy back then.
Right. Well, then you grow into a 32-year-old man, and now I'm a dreadlocked reggae singer with a mustache. I look kind of like Johnny Depp with dreadlocks. I'm not as good looking as he is.
Why would you do
You
that to
white?
yourself?
If you look like Johnny Depp,
You
I'm
white?
assuming.
I am white, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you look like Johnny Depp with dreadlocks and you're a reggae singer. What's the name of your songs?
We just brought out a song yesterday that I rapped up for y'all and you cut me out, but it's okay. It's called Stick to the Plan. We just put it out yesterday, Monday.
Oh, it's the guy that called up here rapping. You didn't say you did reggae. You said you do rap.
No. I just rapped because our song that we put out a couple days ago has a rap part in it.
Let me hear your patois.
Oh, boy.
My patois?
Yeah.
I'm not too big on the, hey, man,
That's all you got?
Like not quite I'm a white guy, bro.
That is the most vanilla
I love his dedication, though. He gonna get his songs off on the radio.
That Hey Man had no curry in it.
No, there was no Chet Hanks there at all. It was not giving the Chet Hanks.
No jerk sauce, nothing. Just Hey Man.
All bad.
Oh.
All right. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. Mr. Burt.
Hey, what's up, brother?
How you doing, man? Good morning, King.
Peace, King.
Talk to us.
Yeah, they were talking about our high school pictures, man. Yeah, I look back and I'd be like, God, dog, like, I done gained a lot of weight. Now I'm like 300 and some pounds, and that's bad. That's horrible for you because
It is.
I gotta learn to stop looking at it.
It is hard. How much did you weigh in high school?
Now I'm 171. I'll never get back to that weight.
Yes, you can.
You can get back to that weight, brother.
From 306?
Yes, man.
You got a long way, but you can get back to that weight.
A long way.
Yeah, but consistency.
You said what?
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said with some consistency, and the first step is knowing what you need to do, and you obviously know.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, you can work out, eat right. You can have the surgery if you want to. You can get back to 176,
Definitely
my brother.
get back there.
You know what I mean? Don't do that to yourself.
I might be from Florida, but I'm not on the surgery thing yet. I don't think it's worth that much. The whole thing is about the diet and the stuff like that. Food makes me happy, though. Like,
oh my God,
yeah. But if you keep eating bad, you're gonna die.
When the last time you looked down and saw your penis?
Jesus.
Every day, sir.
No, be honest. Be honest. Be honest.
Oh, I'm not a big boy. I'm heavy, but I'm not sloppy.
So you're like stocky.
Well, you was asking Spanish girl for Instagram earlier. Why don't you ask mine?
Okay, what's your Instagram?
Hey,
what's your Instagram?
Also, it's Marvin Burt. You can look me up as Danny Grind. But
Danny Grind.
Why we can't never shoot our shot with Fred Figaro? What's the name?
Teslin Figaro.
President Figaro. That's what we're trying to shoot our shot with.
Teslin, she not a chubby chaser though.
But she's always on live though. You can definitely holler at her.
I can't find your Instagram.
Yeah.
Hey,
right,
I want you to lose the weight, my man. If you
Absolutely.
want, if you know,
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I believe in you. I believe that you can get the 176, sir. Hello. I believe he can get the 176. Everybody got to stop being so hard on these stuff. Looking at high school pictures, man. You supposed to, your face is supposed to change. You're supposed to look different. Your sense of style changes. We didn't even know who we were in high school like that. Like, come on, man.
No.
Give yourself some grace. And the guy that just called you to stop saying grace before every meal, because he has about 6 or 7 of them a day. That's how you get the 3-something, from 176.
Oh my God. I want him to keep praying over his food, though.
So Loren, if you look at my picture, I just sent you a picture to your DM.
Okay.
You better send these pictures with some context. You just sending pictures to Loren DM.
Envy.
See? I look a little Dominican there.
Very much so.
You are Dominican.
I'm not Dominican.
Is that a checkered bow tie?
Let me see.
That is the checkered bow tie.
Y'all went through
I thought I was fly.
Y'all really went through, like...
Yeah, that's great R&B phase right there.
Where were you
That's all that is.
Look at my mustache. You see my mustache?
Yes.
He thought
it's
he was...
Monopoly Man.
Yeah, he wanted to
you were very greasy.
He wanted to grow up and being B2 gay. That's what he wanted to do.
You do look like a B2K. No, B5. You're giving B5. You look like a B5 member. Oh my God.
Yes, you are. You definitely would have got Puffy would have definitely took advantage of you.
Yo, shut up, man.
Oh my God, Playboy.
All right, we got rumors on the way.
That bad contract.
What we talking about? I hate y'all.
Why everyone was upset about this new Netflix doc, A Story of Women in Hip Hop. Got the people mad.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa is joining us. She's our guest host for today.
Yes.
And yes, happy Wednesday, and let's get to the rumors.
Loren LoRosa. So I've been here for a little bit. I've been here for a minute. Move out the way.
Maybe. This is the Rumor Report.
I think a lot of people will recognize the voice and the name.
On the Breakfast Club.
Loren came in hot.
I came in telling the truth. So Netflix dropped a trailer for a new documentary. It's called Ladies First, A Story of Women in Hip Hop. I want to play the audio first because I want you guys to hear some of the women that are featured in the clip, and then I'll get into why people are very upset about this trailer.
What people mad about?
Okay, so in that trailer, you hear and you see Ice Spice, Lotto, Kim, Young and May, City Girls, Tierra Whack, Cash Doll, all amazing bomb, female artists. People are upset though because they feel like if we're celebrating 50 years of hip hop, right? There are so many more, like, I set the tone for this. Women
legends,
that
MC
legends.
Light, Queen Latifah.
Yes,
of course.
People are throwing out
Nicki Minaj.
They're asking, "Where's Nicki? Where's Lauryn Hill? Where's Missy? Where's Left Eye? Where's Wanda D? Foxy, Salt and Pepper?" There's a lot of people. Gangsta Boo.
So basically, they focused on the now instead of the forever.
I mean, but also too, this is only a trailer. So from the trailer, what it seems like they used a lot of the. You do get some shots of like Kim and but they use a lot of the newer girls to kind of put it out there, and maybe it's because those women are the women that people of today know. Yeah,
but even if you're doing a trailer and you're calling it the 50 years of hip hop, you can't just put the women of the day, like y'all said.
The new artists, you got to put the originators.
I agree.
Especially when some of these people that are still have done things that other people haven't done. You know what I mean? Like you got to put Nicki Minaj on there. You got to put Missy Elliott. The Brat is the first female solo artist to go platinum. You got to put Salt and Pepper on there. You got to put
MC Light.
I was about to say it's a big year for MC Light. She just had like her whole moment at the BET Awards. It's,
I mean, she's a legend.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, so people are really upset about it. They instantly started calling Netflix out about it. People are saying, you know, there are women who literally carved out the space for women in hip hop with their bare hands, and you guys just overlook them.
Yeah. Well, they're saying Queen Latifah and MC Lyte are in the doc. That's what they just hit me and said.
Yeah, but if you call it the 50 year, I mean, I'm sure they're in the doc, but if you call it the 50 years of female hip hop, you have to
gotta lead with them.
Show the forever. You got to lead with them.
Yeah, and I don't know if, like, you know, maybe producers are thinking like, let's put, you know, like I said, the newer girls first, or do this, like, honestly get people a little bit, you know, let's shake the room so people will then watch it to see who's there, who's not, so they can have an opinion. But, you know,
they might have did this to get people talking.
Yeah,
I really feel that way nowadays. I feel like a lot of these corporations, they do things like this just to get people talking, because now everybody's aware this doc is coming out.
Correct.
Right, because now I want to watch it to see what homage they pay or don't. But, you know, speaking of rap and legends, Boosie posted a photo side by side of him and Jay-Z, and he had a very interesting caption. He said, I F with Jigga, but, you know, this is facts. Street niggas in the South don't put Hove over badass.
Charlamagne from the South.
That's subjective, but, you know, I don't necessarily agree with that, because there's plenty of street dudes there's plenty of street rappers from the South that put Hove, you know, at number one. Like, whether it's Wayne, whether it's a T.I., whether it's a Jeezy, a Ross, I'm sure they'll all tell you different.
But if you're talking about one of the points I saw online was, like, if you're talking about, you know, artists from a certain region in the South, there's a lot of other people that I think people will go to before Boosie. Although Boosie culturally is, you know, very iconic, I think that people have Wayne. There's so many different people that people would go to first.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the argument right now is, like...
But even where Boosie from, people might tell you, you know, Soulja Slim is their guy. You know, like, that's just, that's regional. But, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that statement Boosie made. Street dude. And then it's generational too.
It's generational.
You know what I mean?
It's also regional. Like you said, it's regional. It's where people are from.
By the way, even generational, there's a generation right now that wouldn't put Boosie as their number one from the South.
Who's your top 5 from the South?
From the South? Scarface, Killer Mike, Andre 3000, T.I., Jeezy. For me, personally, that's my personal.
People are
minus Outkast, Jeezy, T.I., Gotta Say Face, and I don't know who my 5th would be.
See, and it's tough too, though, right? Because, you know, you say Andre 3000, but I would want to put Outkast as a group as well.
That's why I say Outkast. You
know what I mean? I would want to put Outkast as a group.
People are arguing heavy for T.I. too.
Oh, come on, man.
People are saying Boosie is not even standing next to T.I., so how can he sit next to Hov?
T.I. in my top 5, period, of all time.
Catalog goes crazy.
Catalog goes crazy.
Goes
Talk
off.
to him, Loren. From I'm Serious, the trap music, the urban legend, the king, the paper trail. Stop playing with Tip, man.
Well, we also are going to, you know, talk a little bit about, you know, sobriety today. So Ari Lennox posted a photo with a pretty long caption. To sum it up, she says she's celebrating 7 months sober. And
is it Ari Lennox or Ari Lennox?
I call her Ari Lennox. Is it Ari Lennox?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, baby, because I love you, but...
You don't love her that much.
I do. I just always thought it was... No, you know why? I think... Okay.
Ari Fletcher?
Yes. No. I am thinking about Ari Fletcher, and I think it is Ari Lennox. I'm sorry.
You love her so much, but you're confusing her with Ari Fletcher.
I didn't confuse her. Okay, we're not going to do this today. So she says she's 7 months sober, sober from drinking. And she says that one of the biggest things here is that she's not having hangovers. There's no more, you know, embarrassment. And she's also been a year sober from sex, which I think
haven't had no sex.
That's all right.
Damn. Where she just come from?
No,
that wasn't Ari.
No, that's not Ari. But we needed we needed to throw that. It's like when you texting somebody and you got to put the gift because like you just need the emotion. We need to put that because a year with no sex is crazy. But shout out to her though. Shout out to her on the sobriety path.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Now, Charlamagne, who you giving that donkey to?
Man, 4 after the hour, we need to talk to you about a sucker named Ian Atkinson. He's from Boston. He needs to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with him. And we're going to have a discussion about Good Morning.
All right. And then after that, Ak and Barack will be joining us. We're going to be talking boxing. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
When you're a business owner and you're juggling a lot of things, you need a team of people to keep your business running successfully. How do you find and hire the right people? ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast.
I was donkey up the day. Made it.
Damn, the hee-haw again.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I ain't trying to be donkey today no more.
They should be embarrassed by what they already did. I'm not making these people do these things.
Called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard.
Damn, Charlamagne, who got the Donkey of the Day today?
Well, my good sister, just hilarious. Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, July 26th goes to a 33-year-old Boston man named Ian Atkinson. Ian Atkinson is currently being held without bail in a Boston jail because he is 100% grade A sucker. All right, he's being charged with assault and battery causing serious bodily injury and assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. The dangerous weapon was a car. A car, as they say in Boston. Would you like to hear more? Let's go to NBC 10 for the report, please.
Singing and gardening. Interrupted by a violent beating. This cell phone video shows what police say happened to a 59-year-old woman in Boston earlier this month after she failed to say 2 words, good morning.
The defendants accused her of not saying good morning to him. I quote from the police report, when people say good morning to you, you should say hi, you crazy bitch.
You can see just how long the attack goes on in this surveillance video before the suspect takes off from Balsam Street, almost hitting her with his car as he drives away.
Broke her nose.
33-year-old Ian Atkinson of Dorchester is now under arrest, charged with assault and battery. Prosecutors say he wasn't hard to find because he was already wearing a GPS monitoring device. His criminal history includes other assault and drug-related charges.
Ian Atkinson, a.k.a. Stone Cold Bitch Austin, okay, beat up a 59-year-old woman. Look, man, I understand that brother is probably, dealing with some things. He's probably in pain, and he's projecting that hurt on the other people, but that's not an excuse or a justification. I be trying to figure out where are the men when things like this happen. Like, no husband around, no son, no brother, no male neighbor, nobody is around when this poor woman is minding her business, singing, watering her lawn, and then gets attacked because she didn't say good morning back to Ian. What happened to young boys walking by while older women are watering their lawn and just simply going, hey, Miss Such and Such.
Hi, Miss Parker. Hi, boy. We gonna let me...
Okay.
Parker.
Y'all need to sit down and watch Friday immediately to learn proper older woman watering their lawn etiquette, because this ain't it. Okay? And I gotta apologize to Scar Lips. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm from the South, so some of us from the South raised in a certain era, we speak to everybody. You know what I mean? So when I first heard Scar Lips say this
is New York. I look like telling a nigga good morning.
My answer was, you would look like a person with manners. Okay, you would look like a person with some hospitality. Okay, I was like, what kind of world are we living in when a person can't even say good morning to another individual? Well, Scar Lips, you might have been right. You may absolutely have been on to something. Okay, maybe we just all need to mind our business and stop being nice to people, because you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. This 59-year-old woman was minding her business and got swung on because Ian Atkinson felt entitled to a good morning. And now that I think about it, none of us are entitled to say anything to complete strangers. Okay, as kids, we are taught don't talk to strangers. So at what point did we get so friendly? All right, is this some type of subconscious rebellion against our parents and adults in our life? You don't tell me what to do. I'll speak to all the strangers I want to. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Bah humbug. Maybe the common courtesy needs to stop. And for all we know, this woman in Boston is probably the nicest person alive, but she just had a feeling this dude was on some BS, so she decided to mind her business, and sadly, it cost her. But I'm not mad at her at all, okay? What would the world look and sound like without good morning, though? Okay, I got the president of the Fat Lives Matter community in the back cooking up some high cholesterol dishes to get your mouth watering. And this morning, I told him, chef me up a world with no good morning. What would the world sound like with no good morning? Well, that song off Kanye West's Graduation album wouldn't exist. It would sound like this. Damn. You need good morning for that record. It's absolutely necessary. Dirty Money. Remember that record with Diddy and the young ladies? How would that sound now? Let me hear it. I bet you Young Miami hears that every time she don't get to the phone quick enough when he call. I bet you. You can't get rid of good morning. Okay, what about our queen, Mary J. Blige? Good morning, gorgeous. How would that sound with no good morning? No. We need good mornings. Okay, we need good mornings, but you're not entitled to my good morning. And I hope every morning while Ian Atkinson is in jail, someone punches him in the face and says good morning. I want the fist to his face to be his alarm clock. Okay, I'm not encouraging violence, but I am encouraging people to give this man what he wanted so bad from this lady. Punch him in the face.
Good morning.
Punch him in the face again.
Good morning.
Punch him in the face a third time.
Good morning.
Please let Remy Ma give Ian Atkinson the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
What a sucker.
I will say this. Growing up in New York my whole life, we don't really speak to anybody. We just keep our head down and keep it moving.
But in your household, in your family.
In my household and family, of course. But when we out in the street, hat low, hat tucked, keep it moving, and don't mess with nobody because people are crazy. That's what we were raised. Now, when I started doing radio with the little short guy from South Carolina over there who says good morning to everybody, it takes you out of your character. And you start speaking to, you say good morning to everybody. But before that, I would never say good morning to anybody. Just, unless I knew them. Other than that, I just keep my head down and keep it moving.
What your grandma said to you?
Listen, my grandmother's from the South. She will stop you. You walk in her house, go back through that door. I didn't sleep with you last night. You don't come in here and not say good morning.
That's right.
Whoa.
Oh, they don't play that at all.
So now we know why Envy never spoke to nobody. Now we know why Envy never said good morning to all the men he used to see. He was sleeping with all of them.
What?
That's what you just said to us, sir.
No, I did not. I did not say that.
He said he started saying good morning to you.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, because he wasn't sleeping with me.
Oh, dang.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? All right. Thank you for that
way.
donkey today.
Shoot.
Lauren, say goodbye to BET, please.
Bye, BET. I'm mad that went the wrong way.
BET, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody else, when we come back, let's talk boxing. We have Ak and Barack. They'll be joining us this morning. We're going to kick it with them next. So don't move.
Talk about that fight this weekend. Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, baby.
That's right. Mr. Breakfast Club, good morning.
The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building.
My guys.
You might have heard them on Sirius XM Fight Nation 156 weekdays 12 to 3, so they got to get up out of here because they got to get to work. Their real job.
Oh, you might have seen them on The Zone.
On The Zone?
On the Zone boxing show. And,
that's right.
I used to like the pull-up. Y'all don't do the pull-up as much no more.
Oh, man. We kind of got sued. You know what I'm saying? We're running up on cats in their job. I don't know.
It's coming back.
It's coming back, though.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Ak and Barack, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks pleasure to be here.
Great week to have y'all because, man, they always like to throw around the term fight of the century. I'm not going to say century because it's 100 years. But
right.
This is the best fight of at least the past.
I say 24 years. In my opinion, Trinidad De La Hoya was probably the last fight with two undefeated fighters in their prime where people didn't really know who was going to win. Mm-hmm. So, 1999.
I mean, they say fight of the century, and they've been watching boxing for 100 years. Nobody's been watching boxing. Come on. But we know in our era, this is the most important fight out there. When you got the best fight and the best. And think about it. When anybody complain about boxing, they only talking about that one fight.
Yeah.
That's all they talking about.
Yeah. They wanted to see that one.
That one, yeah.
So who y'all got for the fight?
Earl Spence.
We going.
Let's jump right into it.
It's difficult for y'all because y'all actually have relationships with these people.
Yes. It's super hard. I mean, especially those two dudes. You know what I mean? Like, there's a few guys that we were closer to.
Normally, I don't give predictions, but regardless, in this particular one, it is 50-50 for real.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, everybody that says it, they be like, all right, I think Errol Spence is going to win. But Crawford a dog, though. Or they think, I think Crawford going to win. But Errol Spence ain't no joke, though. So it's hard to just be definitive on who you think is going to win because the other one could win.
We know who Charlamagne thinks is going to win.
Yeah, well, Charlamagne
is
we heard.
Man.
Yeah.
And I love Bud.
No doubt.
To your point, exactly. I could never be like, oh, man, Terrence Crawford ain't. He's a beast. He's an animal.
But you said for years, but as the years gone on, have you swayed a little bit and said, like, maybe this fight is going to be tougher than I thought?
No, I think it's going to be a tough fight. I still think Earl wins, though.
Why? Because he's bigger?
Because he's bigger, and I think eventually he's just going to wear him down the longer the fight go on. That's just my personal opinion. And everybody always says things like, that could happen, but Bud might knock him out early. I'm like, Bud ain't knocking out Earl Spence early, bro.
Right. I don't think that's happening, but I think that neither one of them is for the fighter like the other.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And then Terrence Crawford, he can't just be pushed to the side as someone that's going to lose easily because he's the most dominant in that division. He's actually knocking everybody out. You know what I mean? So he got a 100% knockout rate in that division. So it's going to be tough for Spence to stop Bud.
So obviously after this fight, unless it's a draw, somebody's going to have an L, right? Somebody's going to have one loss, which is going to affect a lot for them. Would you recommend, if you were in any one of them teams, to take that fight?
I mean, First off, we need to change that narrative about that undefeated record. Yeah, Floyd spoiled the game. And in the 80s, I mean, people talk about it all the time. The Hagler, Hearns, Durans, those dudes lost. People still wanted to watch them fight again. And for this particular fight, there's a rematch clause. So if either guy wins, they're going to fight again.
They're going to fight again.
So we're going to see these guys fight twice. And if the fight is competitive and they fight again, maybe we'll start changing that, you know, that mindset and be okay with taking risks. But yeah, obviously this fight has to happen. There's no way I would say no.
Oh yeah, if I was in anyone's corner, I'd say you definitely have to have this fight. This is the legacy fight that everybody wants to see. And it's like, if you think about the most respected fighters of all times, they all got losses.
That's right.
Just because Floyd was popular and he didn't have no loss, but you know, people don't love him as much for some reason as the other fighters because they didn't see him with no rivalry. You know, we love the Gaddis, the guys like Muhammad Ali who had an actual rivalry. You know what I mean? And that's what we want to see. So we don't mind if you lose, come back and win. It's kind of better being called a 2-time champion after a loss than undefeated, which is kind of strange.
Yeah, that whole Floyd thing, I mean, I talked about this the other day. Sugar Ray Robinson went 40-0, lost one fight, and then won another 89 straight fights. So, I mean, I think that whole Floyd 51-0 thing is a little too much talked about.
Is the person who wins this fight the face of boxing?
The face. I would say they're the best fighter in the world right now because it's like the number 1 fighter fighting the number 3 fighter or whatever you got them on your list. You know, but the face of boxing, I believe, is the person that no matter who you fight, you're making 8 figures. You making 20, 30 figures, and that just happens to be Canelo. So I don't want to diss the winner of this fight. I'm just saying the face of boxing only mean who's the most popular. So I'm going to say whoever wins is the best.
There are many faces in boxing, though. Tank is a big face. Ryan's a big face. So
Tyson Fury.
But I think Canelo's the only one that could fight anybody and still make $30 million. Literally. Like, nobody else could do that.
Even though I heard Ryan just made $30 million on
because
that
he fought Tank. Tank is popular. You know what I mean?
I feel like Tank is the person since Floyd who culturally has a lot of impact.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, he brings in a lot of casual, I think, boxing fans. Especially black ones.
You know, if you think about it, when you see, Tank has the same crowd that comes out everywhere. Not to say the same people per se, but the same look of crowd. You know, they got the jewels on it. They all got trucks and cars on their necks. You know what I'm saying? And wherever he go, that kind of crowd comes out. This crowd don't normally watch boxing. You could tell. This crowd don't normally watch. So he's tapped into that hip-hop community, that black community that only he, at the moment, can bring out.
That's why I'm saying, even with this week, man, it's like a holiday. I can't wait till Saturday.
My
God.
But
I'm like, you don't hear nobody planning no fight parties or anything like that. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
It's almost only hardcore. In your mind, only hardcore fans.
This is the Super Bowl. It should be like the Super Bowl right now. You're right.
Absolutely. But it's the personalities. I mean, look at Errol. These dudes, they're soft-spoken.
That's true, too.
They're not braggadocious. They don't bring that bravado. They do it in the ring. And I think that's the problem. Like, can't we appreciate what they're doing in the ring? Do they have to be that grand outside the ring for us to pay for the pay-per-view?
Yeah, what really makes something big is the people around it that's supporting it. When Tank and Ryan was fighting, you've seen so many influencers, whether they're artists or athletes, posting about it. Even though those same people probably know about this fight, they're not as anxious to post about it.
Kawhi Leonard, you guys know that dude's personality outside basketball, right? He has none.
Right.
But they love him on the court. And you know what I'm saying? He gets paid top dollar.
Exactly, that dude.
So why can't we do that with our sport?
What do y'all think the current state of boxing is? Like, is it gaining more popularity? You know what I mean? Because of networks like DAZN and what Showtime is doing, ESPN investing in the sport. What y'all think?
I think it has more eyes on it now because so many networks are willing to broadcast it, but I can't say popularity. I think we lost a big crowd, and we lost that crowd to MMA. And to be truthful, I think when you don't have a white champion or white men dominating in the sport, they kind of gravitate away from it. I just feel like the white fans that used to go to fights, that used to watch boxing in the 70s, 80s, maybe early 90s, they're watching MMA.
What y'all think Devin Haney is ducking Shakur Stevenson?
I wouldn't say that because before this came about, these two, Devin Haney was 19 years old trying to fight Lomachenko.
Yeah.
When the world was asking Tank to fight Lomachenko, you know, but Devin Haney wanted to fight him. You know what I mean? So if he want to fight the most dangerous guy then, Why would he be somebody who doesn't want to fight Shakur now? I can't answer that.
None of these fighters are ducking people. You got to understand, they all have teams around them. Everybody making decisions for them. What's the right business decision? So if you ask a fighter by himself, he going to want to fight it. Most guys are going to want to fight anybody. But there's a lot of filtering that has to happen before a fight happens. Yeah. And it's about money now, you know?
All right, we got more with Ak and Barack when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Ak and Barack. We're talking boxing. I want to ask you a question. Put your parents' hat on for a second, right? Yeah. I ask a lot of football players, would you want your kid to play football, right? The majority of them, I would probably say 80% say no. How do y'all feel about that, especially since you said you had 75 competitive boxing matches?
Yeah, and I have a son, a 14-year-old son. So short answer, no. I wouldn't want him to fight. He wants to fight like just to try it out like an amateur fight, but pursue it. Nah, the sport is too brutal for me wanting. And that might be hypocritical because I cover the sport and I love it. Mm-hmm. But nah, I wouldn't want my son to do it.
What about you? I raised my son and he need to pay me back. He need to go out there and fight. And pay his daddy back for all of that stuff he put me through. No, my son is an amateur boxer. He was an amateur boxer, and I pushed him hard. And at one time he thought, oh, you trying to make me live your dream. I was like, no, I seen the gift that God gave you early, like 6 years old. I don't want to rob you of that. But in reality, truthfully, I don't want to see you fight. It hurts me to see you fight. I want to fight the person that's in there when I see him fight. And even if he's winning, you know what I mean? So, but I don't want to take away what God put in him. But do I really want my son to fight? Of course not.
Now, do you think they're going to change boxing up a lot? Like they changed the football so much. Do you think they're going to do that with boxing, and how would that work?
Never, because boxing, it's not a league, right? It's the Wild Wild West. There's so many promoters, every state has a different athletic commission. They would have to change the rules in every single state, and a lot of the states don't get along, so it would never happen. I mean, boxing has been the same forever.
It's not like the NBA where one organization controls everything. You know, this is independent contractors around the world doing whatever the hell they want, and they just got commissions in each state that regulate it with their own rules. So it's kind of tough. You got to make one organization to control over all of it.
Do you think there should be one undisputed title per weight class instead of having 4?
Yes, absolutely. I think it would be less confusion, and I think the fans are come back a little bit more. Some of those fans be like, oh, I don't know who the champion is, because everybody's coming in with a belt.
That's what it seems like.
You know, everybody's coming in with a belt, and that's kind of sucked. I don't know if that's going to create a whole bunch of fans, but it'll stop the confusion at least.
It's not going to happen. And if it does, it's going to take a long time. These sanctioning bodies have been around for a long time, and they get a fee every time a fighter fights for their belt. You know what I mean? They're not going away quietly.
I'm saying if I don't want nobody losing their jobs or losing their bags, but if they could somehow work together and make it a little bit better, you know, for the fans, I'd love that.
I'm hearing rumors that somebody is trying to do that. I don't want to, say it on the air, but
we're trying to get rid of all 4 belts.
I'll talk to you about it because it's an important person.
I don't know why he brought it up. You can't say it.
He's like, say it. I heard about it. You were talking about it. I'll tell you after. Now, what boxer that you see is coming up the ranks now that people should be looking towards?
Boots is a phenomenal 100%. Fighter, phenomenal talent. And even though he hasn't fought an elite fighter yet, his last performance, it was so impressive. And I know people want to see him against Bud and Spence, but those dudes, they pay their dues. I don't even want to see them fight this young killer.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just too much. Him, Shakur is probably, in my opinion, going to be the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world one day, the next couple of years.
I mean, he already a 2-division champ.
Yeah, he's just so talented. But boxing has a bright future.
But if you talk about on a come up is a young fighter. He signed a top rank, I believe. His name is Bruce Carrington from Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. They call him Shoo.
Oh, you talking about young like prospect?
Yeah. He's coming up. He's going to be the next one, 100%. He's going to be the next one.
What weight class in?
Right now, I think he's fighting at 126. I think he's going to be the next one. He's special.
How much did Bruce pay you for this?
No. I ain't got no affiliation.
But I think Boots. I agree with Shaw. Like Boots is phenomenal.
What do y'all think boxing is missing?
That's a good question. I think it's missing the organization part of it. Because it's so divided, we don't get to see the fights as easy as we can. Because actually, even though Spence and Crawford is fighting, and thank God they both in their primes, look how long we was waiting for Manny Pacquiao to fight Floyd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everybody, like I said, is independent contractors. So if we could probably form a league across all of boxing, then we would see those fights. And then I think it would be, because the best are fighting the best all the time, even though this is a great era, don't get me wrong, you'll see more losses. So losses will become more acceptable.
Right.
And I think that would help boxing.
Yeah, and also just coverage, like mainstream media needs to cover the sport more, especially when they're young, talented fighters, even if they're not superstars. I mean, the only way they're going to get there if there's coverage, if people talk about it. But I agree. I mean, if fighters are a little bit more forced to fight certain fights, it'll be more entertaining. Yeah. But it's still the best sport in the world.
But respect to you guys, the Breakfast Club and other things like Sway and them, because you guys put these guys on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, like they'll never get the coverage. Even on our show, on the DAZN Boxing Show, is big in boxing, but you guys you got the world, you know, at your feet, you know, so
you doing your part to make the sport better.
100%.
You know,
I'm a fan of boxing. You know what I mean?
And that's what boxing needs, bro. And I hope and pray that this fight does well in numbers, man.
Is it on DAZN?
Showtime.
That's on Showtime
pay-per-view. Yeah.
Got you.
All right. Well, Ak and Barack, we appreciate you brothers for joining us.
Give me your Instagram and socials, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Boxing with Ak, man. AK Boxing with Ak. And follow us.
I'm Boxing Bully, Barack the Boxing Bully on Instagram.
And watch us on DAZN daily.
All right. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got Loren LoRosa here co-hosting with us, and let's get right to the rumors.
Get ready. Loren LoRosa. So I've been here for a little bit. I've been here for a minute.
Move out the way. Tell her. Ladies. This is the rumor report.
I think a lot of people will recognize the voice and the name.
Here we go. On The Breakfast Club.
Loren came in hot.
You know, I came in telling the truth. So Ice Spice, her poom poom has rubbed people the wrong way.
Excuse me?
What?
She sat down with British Vogue. She did a segment called In the Bag, which is where like celebrities like explain what is in their bag on a day to day. We have some audio from the interview. Listen.
I always keep a panty on me. The baddies that get it. All my panties are pink. I always keep a panty because like you just be having to change your panties. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So
I don't know what she's saying. What that mean?
Yeah,
it means, okay, it just means that throughout the day she may want to put on a fresh pair of panties, so she carries them so that she can swap out.
Why?
I mean,
like what happens?
Ain't
that what panty line is for, though?
Yeah, but I mean, some people don't just want to keep doing panty liners. Some people just want to be completely fresh. It could be, you know, if it's that time of the month, and she wants to, you know, just refresh.
Well, if it's already got discharge and all types of other stuff coming out of it, what's putting on a new pair of panties going to do? Are you
start over?
Clean it?
You're going to soil those?
You just start over
too, though.
Yeah,
you got to wash first?
I also was wondering, too, what does she do with the old panties? Like, do you throw them in the bag or do you throw them away?
Throw them away.
I feel like she would have to throw them away. Like,
put them on eBay.
No shit.
Oh,
Ice Spice panties can get a little something now.
I think after this interview, because people are so up in arms, people are like, if you can't relate to this, that means you dry. People are like, y'all don't understand the woman's body. She's not talking about being wet. Some people are like, wait, what? I don't even switch my panties. Like, she just taught me something.
Yeah, so, I don't know what she's talking about, but I'm not supposed to because, you know, I'm not a woman who wears panties. So women should be able to relate to that. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when sometimes you're taught that. She also had a knife in her bag as well too, but I feel like more people related to the panties. I felt like the knife thing was so like it was so New York, so Bronx.
She's from the Bronx.
Yeah, like it was given. It went over people's heads though. Moving on though, Damon John, he recently was granted.
Why she don't have security?
She does have security.
Why she need a knife if you got security?
I think, you know, she's recently from the Bronx. She's still going through a lot of trauma.
Oh, got you.
You know what I mean? She's still carrying her knife in case, you know, the girls roll up.
Yeah.
You know how that go. So Damon John, speaking of protection, he was just granted a restraining order against a few Shark Tank contestants. So on Friday, a New Jersey judge ruled in favor of an order of protection against the founders of Bubba Q's Boneless Baby Back Ribs food truck. So Al Bubba Baker, his wife Sabrina Baker, and their daughter Brittany Bo Baker. These names. Brittany Bro Baker are former contestants of Shark Tank who Damon John invested in. Now he claims that they've been posting stuff online that is like super disparaging to him, and that they're unhappy because they made poor business decisions that I guess aren't reflecting well on what they, you know, the goals they set for the business or whatever. So the restraining order says that all of the negative comments that were posted have to be removed, and that Bubba and his family have actually started removing some of the statements and accusations online.
Have they been threatening them? I think people don't realize how aggressive they be sounding online. Like sometimes people be sounding real violent online. They may not mean to, but they do. And you got to take those things serious.
But I also think too, It's just a bad look for the show, because I've always wondered, once you win a show like that and they invest in you, you can't predict. I don't care what mind you have on your team. You can't predict how business will go, how people will receive it. So what happens when it doesn't go well? And I think that we're seeing that in real life with this restraining order.
Yeah, just because you win Shark Tank and one of the sharks invest in you doesn't guarantee your success. Business is gonna pop. And you shouldn't feel entitled to that success, and you can't blame them if things don't work.
Right. I mean, well, they're blaming him, but they've had to remove these comments. So, I don't know. Hopefully, Bo and all the Bubbas, they figure it out.
Well, I would like to tell people, too, make sure you subscribe to Damon John's podcast, to That Moment podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. It's a really good podcast. He sits down and talks to, different notable people about that moment they knew they had something.
Something.
Yeah, so go subscribe to that on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network.
You guys are everywhere. I love it for y'all.
God is good.
So Doja Cat. Now, Doja Cat might need to sit down and talk to Damon John, somebody, because she is really messing up her business and her brand online.
Really?
So recently, she lost over 200,000 followers on Instagram. The big, thing here is that she's been online arguing with her fans. Now, her fans call themselves the Kittens. And Doja Cat went online and said that she was losing money and brand deals because the Kittens were using her government name on their profiles. So I guess she said it was causing confusion. But she also told the fans to go get a job. She said that if you're a kitten, basically you're a loser. She started saying things like, her fans were like, do you love us? And she's like, I don't even know y'all.
Jesus.
So, the fans are saying she's mean-spirited, and they want to show her that, like, you need us, we are your fans.
Ugh. Well, they technically they're right. Yeah. She does need her fan base.
She's a superstar, but I don't know why she keeps trying to self-sabotage. She is so weird for that.
She's being very honest, though. Like, I don't know them, but you should love what they do for you. They show up to your shows, they buy your merchandise, they, support your music. You should love that aspect of it.
Yeah, but she does stuff like this. She gets online and says, I don't want to rap anymore. She gets online and says, my music has been trashed. I'm gonna make better music. Like, I just don't see where she's coming.
But isn't she playing? Maybe I'm because
I think a lot of times I thought she was playing too.
We need sarcasm font on social media, because I was thinking she was playing and being sarcastic the whole time. She's being serious.
I don't know, but I love Doja Cat as a rapper.
Doja Cat gets busy.
Fire. Yeah, I just want her to, like, I don't know. It's just a weird. It's just weird to me.
I love that new record. It's not new anymore, but Attention.
Oh, that's crazy. She kills that record.
I think Doja Cat is super talented.
People don't give it to her like they should. She goes off.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's what we have for the Rumor Report, guys.
All right. Thank you, Loren LoRosa. All right. Now, when we come back, we got the People's Choice Mix. And I got to remind you guys, this Saturday, we out in Atlanta for my car show. So celebrity cars, exotic cars, old school cars. There's amusement rides and games for the kids. It's a family fun day. So if you haven't got your tickets, a couple days left, and kids 5 and under are free. Let's get to the mix. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Are you someone who knows you don't have to sacrifice comfort for quality? Someone who lives large in life and in the bedroom? Then live large and now thinner with new Magnum Raw condoms, the thinnest Magnum condom. Available where condoms are sold. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got Loren LoRosa here. She's been co-hosting all week long. She'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, I will. Love it here.
Give me your Twitters and Instagrams and all that stuff.
Make sure y'all follow me at Loren LoRosa. It's Loren. That's why people keep calling me Loren on accident. And then follow Brown Girl Grinding. It's the online community where we talk about everything. We breaking news and exclusives there. And we'll be dropping a podcast next week called Brown Girl Grinding with Loren LoRosa.
And you got merch too, right? Every day this week you've worn your own merch up here.
Yes, because I'm so serious about my brand and my business, but also too, I'm really into fashion. So having product, I think if you have a brand, you should have products. So if you guys want to shop Brown Girl Grinding, we have unisex pieces, like real fashion pieces. Like we're actually designing and all that. BrownGirlGrinding.com. You'll learn about us, our marketing services, all that as well. But you can get fly too from the website.
Go ahead, Loren.
All right. And salute to Ak and Barack for joining us this morning as well.
Salute to my guys, Ak and Barack, man. You'll catch Ak and Barack this weekend, I'm sure, talking about the fight. But whenever there's a big fight on the Zone, you can go, because I have the Zone Network. I have that app on my television, so because I like boxing. So whenever you see, whenever it's a fight on the Zone, you'll see Ak and Barack.
All right. Now, when we come back, we got the positive note. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have Loren LoRosa here. She's guest co-hosting. And Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, but before I get to the positive note, I just want to remind people tomorrow I will be home in Charleston, South Carolina, because it is the Low Country Mental Health Conference happening in Charleston, South Carolina, and I'll be doing the welcoming for that, me and Mayor Tecklenburg, man. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Make sure you go to lowcountrymh.com to register. That's lowcountrymh.com to register, and I'll see you tomorrow in the 843. Now, the positive note is simply this, and I got this from one of my favorite Instagram pages, The Healing Guide. The Healing Guide said, the hardest battle in life is fighting yourself. To tell yourself you have to stay strong when everything seems to fall apart. Keep fighting. I don't know who needed to hear that this morning, but you got it.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?